talk a little bit about probiotics. Probiotics are kinds of bacteria that influence a healthier population of bacteria inside your intestines. Now, you know, we have roughly 30 to 100 trillion cells in our body. And inside our intestinal tract, we have also another 30 to 100 trillion cells. Now, these numbers may be off by as much as tenfold, but they're all in that same ballpark. And that means that we have an enormous number of different bacteria living in our intestinal tract. And they live with us. They're not just foreigners, they're part of us because they keep reproducing. They alter various kinds of molecules that we have in our body, like hormones. They produce various vitamins. They're part of us, and they're what we would say synergistic with our life. And if we eat the wrong things, we start developing the wrong kinds of organisms, and they can cause all kinds of problems, from obesity to hormonal dysregulation to inflammation. So if we have those kinds of conditions, we need to bring back a more normal population. And there are two ways to do that. One of them is to begin to introduce bacteria that help restore a normal population. And the second thing is to add various kinds of foods that support a more normal bacterial population. The simple thing is what your grandma said: eat lots of vegetables, because these have different kinds of soluble and insoluble fibers that favor a variety of normal organisms living in your intestinal tract. Now, I skipped a couple steps here because if somebody is really off, you also have to get rid of the improper organisms, sometimes by identifying them with tests, or other times just by using various kinds of things that get rid of yeast or other things that you have a high suspicion of being present by the rest of your history. So, getting rid of the wrong organisms, and then adding proper bacteria, and then adding what those bacteria should be growing on, which are called prebiotics, can be very helpful. Prebiotics being soluble fiber, being things like artichoke, Jerusalem artichoke, various kinds of vegetables that make a nice balanced diet. So, when you want to get your gut back to normal, you need to eat more normally, and you need to use probiotics and prebiotics in your food and in addition.